this is day one of the Christmas in July series. I know a lot of you are like, OMG, but we need some Christmas. All right, so we are going off of some inspiration right here from Tammy Stark. Loving all of this. I love a ton of Tammy's projects. I have all of hers in my Pinterest, so you probably see a lot of the inspiration coming from her. We are changing it up. We are going to start with doing a square card. This square card is about 4.5 inches. This is a just scalloped square metal die. You can just get, your standard metal dies. I get mine from a bunch of different places. I don't have like a specific place that I got this one from, I don't believe. But I will link a few below. You can get them at your regular store shops, or you can get them off of Amazon, either way. But we're going to start with this. We cut that out of some really light gray cardstock. It's like barely not white or barely gray, whatever you want to call it. And then we're going to recut it out of white again, as you can see there. And then I used a square die to cut the center of that out so that I could get a little bit of a scalloped edge, because I did not have a square scalloped die frame. There we go. Putting that Barely Arts glue down. This is just my favorite glue. Holds well, gives you a little bit of wiggle room, but dries pretty darn quickly. So definitely recommend this one. So like I said, I'm using her card as an inspiration. Obviously hers was rectangle, mine is square. I am using different fonts. Mine is more like typewriter style. Hers was more boxy. Again, guessing that she got most of her things from, I think it was Lawn Fawn. Yeah, Lawn Fawn is who she was creating for. So most of her supplies most likely came from Lawn Fawn. Mine is kind of a hodgepodge. I don't create for any card companies yet, hopefully. One day, maybe. So obviously I can switch up my supplies and all that kind of stuff and mix and match, which I love, as I have a Mod Podge of supplies in my stash. So I then went ahead and cut some snowflakes from random dies that I have. I have some from Simon Says Stamps. I have some just random snowflake dies, probably from Amazon, that type of thing. Again, if it's not really like character related and it's shape wise, a lot of the time I will go and get the, I guess, cheaper version of it from like an Amazon. When it comes to like characters or anything like that, that the company specializes in, then obviously I go and get that from them. But I believe that Tammy's paper was actually had snowflakes on it. Maybe there was a few stamped on there, but I just went this way. I was trying to do a lot of this cardstock wise, or die cut wise. There we go, die cut wise. So I just placed a few in there, just randomly cut some snowflakes in half. So the only thing I kind of ran into issues with, obviously, is I have a lot of different layers of cardstock. And I did double up my letters to add the white drop shadow behind it. So it is a little bit down into the right. There we go. Down into the right. But that was just the look that I wanted to go for. These fit pretty perfectly in this square, so that is why I chose this die. I had a few others that I have acquired, but this one just fit perfectly. So, and I liked the way that this one looked, and that's why I went with it. So, yes, we were just putting those down. But obviously, like the H, that first one that is over that snowflake, there's a little bit of dimension there. But, I think that the H will hold well and it's no issue. I do just use an acrylic block to hold it down while that glue dries. Again, also with that O, that's going to be over that snowflake. I will just put my acrylic block on there, and for the most part, it will be fine and everything will hold. All right, so we're going to finish that up, and then we're going to stamp out our Santa. This is from the Little, or North Pole Littles is, I believe, what it was, from Hello BlueBird. You're going to see this one be used a few times in my Christmas card series. This is a new stamp set that I got, and I am loving it. I love these little ones. And honestly, what I'm trying to do during this series is obviously get a head start on my Christmas card making. It is obviously, just like for anybody else, a huge busy time of year, and last year I was pretty busy with my photography business and everything at Christmas time, so I didn't get to make as many cards as I would like. So I believe by the end of this Christmas card series, I will have at least 20 cards made already, and that is a pretty great start for me, honestly. So I'll be happy. You've seen me just use my CG 200, I believe, marker. We are using Ohulu markers. This is a pretty new purchase for me, and I wanted to do this series also to help people that are getting the Ohulu markers as a more budget-friendly option to the Copics or the Olo markers, because I think the biggest disadvantage to them is that the number system is a little wacky. So I'm trying to help that with getting combinations of colors for you guys and helping figure that out, because I think that's just the hardest part of the Ohulu markers. And honestly, past that, they're fabulous markers, and now they're refillable. So my red combination is usually, especially for Santa's, is R8, R180, and R230. There we go. I'm like, I couldn't remember. R230 as my highlight. And I think that this has been a perfect highlight. You can see there's some shadows, and then it goes to the lighter part. Typically, you want to do your reds last, as red is a tough color and will bleed and pick up on other colors, all that good jazz. I did show you my green combination earlier. I will put all my combinations in the description below, and of course, links to everything that I can find. I do believe that this stamp set, though, is now out of stock and gone. I did get this last year and just never got to use it. So, all right, we're going to die cut that little guy out. And this card has very minimal coloring. As you can see, a lot of it was die cut, a little bit of stamping, and then we're going to do our sentiment, which is a Bring on the Merry. So I'm going to do that out of red. If I could change this, I probably would either do this in white or black. I thought the red was going to pop, but I think that when I put it on the letters, the red didn't pop as much as I would like it. Sorry, I am off camera. I am doing a different camera setup, so I will work with this more and more. There we go. I realized that I was off camera there, and get better at all the camera. I did leave this in, just showing you that, not all the time does everything go right. I was doing this, and there was something on the paper that, even though I used my anti-static little guy there, it still was a mess. So I just wiped that off, and I'm going to turn it over and restamp it. It's pretty easy. Once it's in my MISTI and I leave it there, all I have to do is redo it more anti-static, which I'm proud of myself that I even remembered my anti-static, because most of the time I forget that. But going to redo this with the white embossing powder. There we go. And then I put it on the bottom there so that I would already have one straight edge. And then I will just use my Galatine trimmer to do the top edge. And then I do not have a die for a banner die. I'm looking to invest in one of those here soon. So at this point, I'm just using my scissors to cut that. There we go. See? Oh, actually, I did cut 2 sides. Obviously, I didn't like how much room I left on the bottom there. I generally like pretty skinny sentiments, so I like it pretty tight. So there we go. We just cut right in the middle and then go diagonal right up to that middle line, and that gives you the nice little banner. I ended up popping this up on some foam paper or foam tape, some foam tape, and putting it in between the the two. And I think that this is a great start to see, I was like trying to figure out, should I put it in the middle? And actually, when I seen it there, I kind of liked it in the middle of the ho, but this worked also fine. And yeah, this is my first time making a shaped card like this. So in order to get the back, you're going to see me. I am going to die cut that out again here coming up. I'm just going to fidget with that, make sure it's all straight. Oh, and glue down my Santa, of course. Look at that little guy. He's so cute. No more dimension. We have a lot of dimension going on here already, so no more. We didn't need to pop him up. I think he looks pretty darn cute just sitting there. All right, there we go. We are going to cut another one of those scalloped backgrounds. Yeah. Card plates, whatever you want to call it, out of that super light gray paper, and add about a half inch. I think I did a half inch. I'm going to score that, and there you see me bending that back and forth. We're going to put the glue all right there, and that is going to be the hinge for our card. And it makes it very simple to make yourself a shaped card. Look at that. Yay. Make sure that's all glued down. I will take some time to put an acrylic block on that and make sure it is definitely all glued down there. You see me put a lot of adhesive down so that I can make sure that's not going anywhere. So, and a little bit of adhesive there. We're just using our adhesive eraser to get that out. And then we're going to finish the card, the inside. We are using, oh goodness, I think this, Mama Elephants, like Christmas inside the card sentiments. I think I love this stamp set. It's one of my favorites, and I pretty much use it for almost every Christmas card for the inside. I love this. It has tons of different sentiments for inside the card. Like it says like sending holiday wishes from ours to you. This one is Merry Christmas from our home to yours. And honestly, as you can see, I use that stamp a ton. So just making sure that that is all lined up in my MISTI, and there we go. Thank you guys so much for being here for my first day of this Christmas card series. If you are excited to see more, please put more in the comments below, and I will see you in day 2, which will be an envelope for this card.